Coming up next, San Diego State's athletics director and head Aztecs football coach answer questions about a rape case involving several former Aztecs football players.
A sexual assault survivor talked to San Diego State's football team about the pain of being a victim, and tonight you'll hear from her.
People living in Rancho Bernardo and Poway are pleased to see this construction until they found out it was for the sidewalks instead of the streets that have been in poor condition for quite some time.
And meet the San Diego father who recovered from a brain tumor, taught himself how to walk again, then bought a fitness club.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now.
San Diego State's athletic director and head football coach held a news conference today to talk about their upcoming season opener this weekend at Snapdragon Stadium, but that's not what they ended up talking about. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. The questioning focused instead on a lawsuit involving 3 former Aztecs football players accused of gang raping a 17-year-old girl last year at an off-campus house party. CBS 8 sent our David Gottfredson to that news conference to get some answers.
San Diego State's plan going into the news conference was to have the head football coach and the athletic director read prepared statements and then move on.
There's no protecting anyone. We're not here to do that, and that's part of being accountable.
But the questions just kept pouring in, not about the upcoming season opener, but about the alleged rape of a 17-year-old girl in October at an off-campus party.
Are you aware of any other players that are involved in this and you're just not cutting them, you're waiting for them to be named?
Again, we'll take questions related to the game this weekend. If there are none, then we can end the press conference.
3 former Aztecs players were named as defendants in a civil suit filed last week, including punter Matt Ariza, who was drafted by the NFL and then cut from the Buffalo Bills over the weekend, along with 2 former Aztecs players.
I can confirm that Pa'a Iwaliko and Xavier Leonard are not currently members of the team.
I wanted to know if more Aztecs football players might be involved.
I'm not asking you for names. I'm wondering if you're aware of other players who are involved in this investigation.
To this point, the only 3 people that we're aware of, the 3 people that were in the civils that have been confirmed by anyone that was party to the incident, are the 3 that have been named.
Initial reports indicated more players might have been involved in the alleged rape and that some of them lived at the house where the party took place.
Would you be aware, for example, which one of your players actually resided at that house in question?
I mean, we have records of players and what their addresses are.
How many players lived at that house?
I don't recall off the top of my head.
To his credit, athletic director J.D. Wicker did end up answering a lot of questions, at one point becoming visibly emotional.
One of our pillars is to create great human beings. And it's hard when the training you provide may not have been enough.
Now, we mentioned Matt Ariza was cut from the Buffalo Bills over the weekend. I spoke to his attorney, and he told me, as of right now, 10 months after this alleged incident, Ariza still has not provided investigators a sample of his DNA. It's not that he's fighting it, it just hasn't happened yet.
And David, we know the district attorney's office is reviewing the case for possible criminal charges. It's been a while now. Any new information?
Yes, we've learned the prosecutor reviewing the case is named Tricia Amador, and a decision is not expected on criminal charges for a few more weeks.
David Goffin reporting live for us. Thanks, David. And tonight, we are also hearing from the parents of Matt Ariza. They sent out a statement just moments ago defending their son against the rape allegations. Quote, "The rule of law is innocent until proven guilty. That is not our experience. There has been war waged on our son. He has been tried and convicted in the media based on information released solely from the alleged victim and her attorney, much of it through social media. People have taken his information as factual when it is not. We do not wish this experience on anyone, but question why our son is the only one receiving this kind of treatment by social media and national news media. The vitriol has been on him alone. He has been extorted, discriminated against, harassed, and the subject of multiple and continuous threats of violence and death. He has been released from his job, and our entire family continues to receive horrific threats of violence and death. We've all been canceled, every member of our family. Salacious rumors grew as fact. There are multiple witness reports to deny the claims that are made against him. The legal system is designed to find the facts and make decisions. They should be allowed to do that.
A sexual assault survivor who now travels the country speaking to athletes about their actions says she was contacted by San Diego State a few weeks after the alleged incident. Brenda Tracy has been sharing her story for nearly a decade now. And as CBS 8's Steve Price reports, she has concerns about the way San Diego State has handled this case.
Back on November 28th of last year, San Diego State's football team had a guest speaker, a sexual assault survivor. Brenda Tracy shares her story with the hope that no one else will experience her pain.
I myself am the survivor of a gang rape by 4 college football players.
Brenda Tracy says bad people do bad things, so her message to State's football players was simple. Good people need to step up and do the right thing.
My hope is that they will act with courage and conviction and do something different. Understand, like, I have the ability to help or harm in this situation.
From what Brenda has learned about the alleged sexual assault of a then 17-year-old girl at an off-campus party, it appears to her that San Diego State did not handle the situation correctly, sending the victim a dangerous message.
What happens when the good people don't do what they're supposed to do? And what does that say about me and my place in this community and my value and my worth as a human?
This afternoon, San Diego State's athletic director defended the university's lack of action, saying police told them to step back.
SDPD asked us not to investigate because they felt like it would impede or potentially impact negatively their investigation, so we chose to do that.
But Brenda isn't buying that, saying universities are obligated to prioritize student safety. She calls San Diego State's decision to allow alleged rapists to walk the campus and interact with other students frightening, and can only imagine the questions parents of current students must have.
Our universities all say we take issues of sexual violence very seriously, and here's all of our programs and here's all the things. But when you see them not do that and not follow through, you wonder, is my child safe there?
Brenda hopes San Diego State will take a good, hard look at their actions and be better the next time this happens, because she says, unfortunately, there probably will be a next time. And her message for victims, no matter what anyone else says, it's not your fault.
You didn't deserve that. And I hope that you are taking care of yourself and getting the support that you need, because you deserve peace and healing.
At San Diego State, Steve Price, CBS 8.
Thanks, Steve. Tonight, the mental competency hearing for the Chula Vista man accused of murdering his wife, Maya Miliete, has been delayed. Larry Miliete appeared in court today for a hearing, but it lasted less than 5 minutes. Forensic doctors say they need more time before evaluating his mental state to determine if he is fit to stand trial. Maya Miliete's sister and brother-in-law drove in from Riverside for the hearing. They say they're frustrated it has been pushed back.
It's been a year and a half, since my sister been missing, so I wish this is all over now. I mean, come to an end and, we get some closure.
That hearing is now scheduled for September 26th.
It's back to school for students in the San Diego Unified School District, and for the first time in nearly 2.5 years, they no longer have to wear masks. The Logan Memorial Educational Campus is welcoming its first high school students and staff this school year. The pre-K through 12 campus is the first of its kind in California, and it's the first high school ever built in Logan Heights. It's only adding 9th graders this year. Higher grades will be added in coming years.
NASA's massive moon rocket is still sitting on the launch pad tonight at the Kennedy Space Center.
Skylar Henry tells us engineers are working to understand the problems that grounded this morning's launch of the Artemis 1 mission.
The Artemis 1 rocket is still holding in a launch countdown, and NASA officials say engineers will be back at work Tuesday, analyzing data from Monday morning's scrubbed launch.
The team worked through a number of issues today. The team was tired at the end of the day, and we just decided that it was the best to knock it off.
Many of the issues stemmed from fuel leaks that forced crews to repeatedly stop and start fueling overnight.
Leak detection equipment went off, and stopped the fill of liquid hydrogen during fast fill.
Crews were able to mostly fill the tanks when they discovered an engine bleed that couldn't be remedied.
This is a brand new rocket. It's not going to fly until it's ready. There are millions of components of this rocket and its systems.
The earliest opportunity to try again would be this Friday afternoon, but that all depends on whether engineers can fix the engine bleed. Monday's scrub was a disappointment for thousands of people who flocked to the Space Coast hoping to witness the launch of NASA's most powerful rocket. Vice President Kamala Harris was among the visitors. She met with astronauts and got a tour of the hardware for the next 2 moon missions, Artemis 2 and 3.
The work that happened today was a test that is also going to teach us what we can learn about what was working and what wasn't working. Innovation requires this kind of moment.
The Artemis program hopes to land people on the moon's south pole as early as 2025 and set the stage for a possible landing on Mars. Skyler Henry, CBS News at the Kennedy Space Center.
Hopefully better luck Friday.
Yes, keeping our fingers crossed.
Still